I tell you this all the time. I want you to get good grades, not because I think you're going to learn a ton of stuff and it's going to help you in life. There's plenty of C and D students that are very successful. But I think getting good grades is about competing and about being comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Making a Man. Sadly, today we had a no-show for one of our guests.
We did. We kind of got stood up.
Yeah, but
we'll get them back.
Yeah, stuff like that happens. It's
That's
unfortunate,
right.
but we got Plan B, so we're just gonna have a little conversation here.
Yeah, we're gonna shoot the crap. Just go back and forth. I was thinking while we're sitting here and waiting, and decided, you know what? Let's just record an episode. One of the things that I want to talk about are some of the traits of our last guest. But before we get there, there's some recent things that you've been talking to me about. Like just today, I want to know why you want to learn this. You just came in randomly and said, hey, I think I want to learn how to do a back kick and just be able to kick someone. Like why did you want to do that?
It just looks so cool. Just like
what? Like a spinning back kick where your foot flies?
Like you just spin around and then your heel just hits them right in the
And you think you could use that to like in self-defense?
No, just for cool.
Just to show off? If you tried to do a spinning back kick
it just
right
looks
now,
cool.
Do you think you could do it?
Yeah.
Just from watching like a YouTube video on it?
Well, I'm not like that, what do you call it?
Flexible?
Yes, flexible. I'm not that.
You're pretty flexible.
Yeah, but I can't really just stand up and touch my toes.
Well, didn't you hurt yourself recently?
Yes.
Your Achilles or something?
My Achilles. I have
You have that black tape on it?
I got black tape right here. It's falling off, so.
Hey, but didn't they give you some stretches to do
Oh, yeah, you have to
to get more flexible?
You have to put a rubber band on your feet and do this thing with a door.
Let me guess, you have not done any of those.
No.
If you want to get better, you got to follow the protocol. You got to do that stuff.
We don't have a band for it.
You need a band?
Yeah.
Can't you just stretch it?
Because you have to do, high knees.
Yeah.
You have to do those in place, but like holding onto a door or something.
Have you even tried to stretch it? That's what the doctor said, to make sure that it's stretched.
You have to put your foot up against a wall and keep leaning closer to it.
Did you do that? It's gonna keep.
I'm gonna start doing it though.
That's what you got to do. When someone in that position says, "Here's how you get better," you got to take their advice and you got to do it. You understand? All right, back to our topic, so that we don't talk about your Achilles the whole episode. One of the things we watched an episode of Alone, and for those of you that don't know, Alone is like a show where people go out in the middle of nowhere by themselves,
8 miles apart.
Yeah, and there's 10 people. The winner wins some money, but they have to stay out there for as long as they can until other people tap out.
They usually they hold it in Alaska, Australia, anywhere really.
And they just have to live off the land by themselves. It's kind of a cool show. What if you got dropped out in the middle of Alaska? How many days do you think you could survive?
0 before getting eaten by a bear or something.
0. No. You have to. What do you think is the most important things to do?
Well, I'd say 3 days, maybe.
3 days?
3 days.
Well, what would you do first? Talk me through it.
All right. We get stranded, plane crash
Not
or something.
you.
Oh, yeah. So I get stranded. I don't know how, but I guess I am. I would probably build shelter first.
How would you build? What would you build?
So I would put 2 tripods over here and a big long stick on the top, and then they give you tarp in Alone, so I'll just put the tarp over.
Hopefully you have a tarp if you were in a.
Oh yeah, but if I didn't, I just put moss on it or something.
Okay.
And then
so that would be the first priority is shelter. protect yourself, and then what's next?
Fire. You have to start a fire.
Do you know how to start a fire without matches or a lighter or anything like that?
Stick, wood.
Just do that. Okay, let's assume you get a fire. Then what's next?
Then we gotta get some source of food, and then no, food and water, because you can boil water and then just chuck some snow in there, and then it's cold. I guess.
Unless you.
Oh no! Get ice. Get ice
from the ice machine out in the middle.
No. You can go to the pond.
What if it's
somewhere.
in the summer when you're in this situation? You're out in the middle of the
But Alaska is always cold.
Not always.
Oh yeah, but then I wouldn't use ice then. But if it was the winter.
But the priorities would be shelter.
Yes.
Fire.
Water
food
and
water.
food. Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know how I'd get my food.
I think your mind's in the right spot, but
yeah,
we got to work on how to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Just in case you're ever stranded. So let's go back to this. What do you think? You think of we had some good guests so far. It's been great to interview people and get their perspective and how they've developed their careers and their lives. It's been pretty fascinating. I always say people are asking, how's it going? I'm like, I'm learning more than Axe, I think. It's been awesome. I've really enjoyed it. So what do you think is the one theme that all of them have showcased? What do you think that is?
I gotta say hard work.
Yeah.
If you outwork people.
Yeah.
You outworking people is better than having talent.
Wow. I like that.
Quote from Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
I just read that today.
That's true. Hard work beats talent.
Yeah. That's kind of the gist of it.
I think that's a good one. You know what I was thinking of? It's similar, but it is very similar. They have a high tolerance for discomfort. They're not afraid of pain. Bring it on. I'm going to learn, and I know it's going to be painful. It's going to be embarrassing. I'm going to look like a fool for a while, but I am so determined that this discomfort that I'm experiencing is not going to slow me down, right? And I think this tolerance for discomfort, it really builds mental toughness. And one of the things I think about sometimes you and I will watch videos of David Goggins. He wrote the book, Can't Hurt Me or something. I think that's the title. But his story is mental toughness. He was out of shape, overweight, just said, I'm going to become a Navy SEAL. And
wasn't he 300 pounds at the start?
Yeah. He worked for a pest control company, and he finally just woke up one day and was like, I'm going to do something completely different with my life. And think of the discomfort every day that he had to just get used to.
He had that bone on bone knee thing.
Yeah, he just has discomfort, and now he runs ultra marathons too.
Yeah,
I think that kind of tolerance of discomfort helps you. I also think it helps you fear failure less because you know what's you're just prepared for it, and you'll take bigger risks. You probably heard this story. A lot of people probably have, but I don't know if you have. KFC, Colonel Sanders, that picture, that guy was a real guy who didn't start his business till he was 65 years old. No. And he was old when he started, but he just think of how he probably had dreams and desires and went to banks and they turned him down, and how discomforting that is of people that don't believe in your dreams and they shoot you down hundreds of times.
I thought Colonel Sanders was just a mascot. Or just the logo.
Like Ronald McDonald.
Yeah.
Wendy's that's a real person.
Really?
Yeah, it's Dave Thomas's daughter, I think. That's a picture of when she was younger.
Yeah, in school we have these bracket things where we vote which one we want, type of fries. And today we had fries. We had the fry bracket. When I just saw those Wendy's fries, I just got so hungry.
So you get Wendy's fries at school?
No. We have this the college bracket for the NCAA.
Yeah, the tournament bracket.
We have those
for March Madness.
For March Madness, but for like the Chick-fil-A sauces. She's making an NFL team one.
Oh, you get to pick different.
Sadly, the Browns are probably not going to win that bracket, but it's fine.
The Browns would not be in that winning bracket, would they?
Mm-mm-mm.
You ever hear of a guy named Richard Branson?
I don't think so.
You should read about him. You heard of Virgin Airlines and Virgin Records, and he started hundreds of businesses now, but he talks a lot about in the stuff that he's written about how many times he was so uncomfortable and failed and just stuck with it, of this hard work over talent, or is a key. I also when I think about having a tolerance for discomfort, it is how do you push through that? And it's I think that it has to do with two things. You have to either be doing something that is fun to you. That's one. Think of this. Remember, like a long time ago when I first let you this is years ago, when you first played Fortnite, when we were sitting down as a family and we didn't know what we were doing, and you were playing, and it was so fun, and you failed hundreds of times.
And it was still fun.
And you're like, oh, this is so, used to get so mad when you'd get killed in Fortnite. Yeah. And that, I think that is a great analogy to like something that you want so bad that you enjoy doing. Like, I'm not that good at golf, but I like going out and trying to get better. When something's fun, you put up with the discomfort. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
I still remember our first win ever. Like, everyone was watching, and then like I forgot who won, but we all just like jumped up and we're like screaming, and they're like, "We beat Fortnite!"
Yeah, I know. That was awesome. So you're either doing something fun or you're doing something out of necessity. You've got to change what you're doing, or because you're going nowhere. Like David Goggins said, like he was just pretty much at a dead end, and he had to accept this discomfort because he was unwilling to stay in the circumstance that he was. And if that is big enough, you will take on any discomfort that comes your way.
Yeah.
Yep. And everything like that kind of feels hard at first until it gets easy, right? And when we're thinking about past guests, this reminds me, remember when Mr. Fraser was on and he said that life is front end loaded? And he talked about, like, I think in terms of like even your grades, I tell you this all the time. I want you to get good grades, not because I think you're going to learn a ton of stuff and it's going to help you in life. There's plenty of C and D students that are very successful. But I think getting good grades is about competing and about being comfortable with being uncomfortable, like being comfortable in studying and having to work hard to get something is super, super important. That's a great experience to go through. And this whole idea of life being front end loaded that Mr. Fraser said, like the things you do now at your age are going to help set you up for the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And you just get used to that kind of work ethic and discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No,
really?
No. That was my little speech to you today. What's your plans for the rest of the night? You have homework?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that first, but yeah.
And that's it?
I don't really got anything else.
All right. This was fun. It's always fun to talk to you. We just had to put something together tonight, and we wanted to talk about that. So,
I mean, I'm lucky that we had that plan B, because like, if we didn't have that sheet, we just.
It's a good lesson.
Yeah.
You
always should have a backup plan.
Always have a backup plan. Or some people will say, don't burn all the bridges. Let's go. Now it forces you to win. But in this situation where you're kind of depending on someone else to show up, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
When you're dependent on other people, you're in life, you're going to have projects and you're going to do all kinds of stuff with teams, and some people aren't going to pull their weight, and you're going to have a plan B and step in.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Good job, Ax.
Oh, wait, hold up.
All right. Let's do a good one.
That was horrible.
That was weak. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining us today on Making a Man. If you found value in today's episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with others. Together, we can keep inspiring and guiding the next generation. Thank you. See you next time.
Oh!